Now on YouTube, it's time for some alternative commentary action with the Commenttary Hub.
There's headed by Moreno, and it's 2-1 to Arsenal.
Look at that pass! Goal for Manchester City!
Takes this corner, whips it in, it's headed and it's a goal, and it's that man, Gabriel.
Liverpool have equalised. Lovely improvisational touch from Curtis Jones.
Oh, what a goal! Wow, take it out! Welcome along to the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. It is Real Madrid today taking on Juventus in the Club World Cup. And it's a big game for both of these sides. It's Juventus from Italy taking on Real Madrid in the of La Liga for a place in the next round of the competition this evening. Russ Vernon is your match commentator. Now be guiding you through the action for this evening's game. What's going to be a big game. Today's Real Madrid take on Juventus in what has been a big match coming up this afternoon. If you're just joining us today, very good to have you along with us. And we'll read you the starting lineups in just a second or two as we get ready for kick-off in this big game today as Real Madrid look to take on Juventus, and we'll bring you the teams in just a second or two now as we get ready for kick-off in what's going to be a massive game as both teams look to progress into the next round stage of the Club World Cup. Let me run you through the sides then in just a second as we almost set for kick-off. And what's going to be a big game today. Let's just start off then with Real Madrid. We'll line up with Thibaut Courtois in goal this afternoon. Here's the back with Antonio Rudiger, Aurelien Tchouameni, Dean Oigerson, the new signing from Bournemouth, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Jude Bellingham, Fede Valverde and Arda Güler, with Fran Garcia on the left, with Gonzalo Garcia and Vinny Jr. leading the line. On the bench, you can see there Rodrigo, Mbappe back after illness as well, and Luka Modric is also there for Real Madrid as they look to get through to the next round of the competition. Let's take a look then at Juventus lineup, and they will line up today with Di Gregorio in goal. It's a back three of Kalulu, Rugani and Kelly at the back. Costa, Locatelli, Thuram and Cambiasso in midfield. Conceição and Yildiz behind Kolo Muani. On the bench for Juventus, the likes of Ten Koopmeiners, Dusan Vlahovic, Weston McKennie, Timothy Way amongst those on the bench for the old lady. It's going to be a big game in Miami at the Hard Rock Stadium. But which side will come out on top in this game? Will it be Real Madrid or will it be Juventus? Well, we find out very, very shortly for what's going to be a big game in the Club World Cup as we get ready for kick-off, which is very much fast approaching. You can see the teams on the bottom of your screen, which I've just gone through there, with subs in all their glory. The rest of those on the substitutes bench. Same for Juventus today as well. It's a round of 16 clash. It's Real Madrid against Juventus, and it's Real Madrid who will get this game off and underway as we get ready for kick-off this afternoon. As we say 3, 2, 1, and the whistle will sound in a second now, which it has done, to get this game off and underway in the round of 16 of the Club World Cup. Your match commentator is myself, Russ Vernon, as I'll be guiding you through the action as Real Madrid look to get past Juventus on their quest to getting into the quarter-final stage. And a big game it is, as well as Real Madrid just have the early possession of the back there as we watch on as Juve, who's in the middle of the back line today for Real Madrid. He's been in the middle of the three with Rudiger on the right, Hodgson on the left since signing from Bournemouth. As the midfield there, which is picked up by Arda Güler, spreading out wide now towards Jude Bellingham, who's picked up the ball again. And now it's back with Fran Garcia into Fede Valverde, who can play the ball forward as Juventus will try and come forward in possession as they're in their change strip today. It looks like a dark blue kit they're going to be wearing this afternoon for this game today as we watch on against for these two sides today. Is a dark blue kit for Juventus that they're going to be wearing today as we watch this game unfold in the Club World Cup in the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. For the game today is cleared away there by Thibaut Courtois as Real Madrid look to go forward. His ball out of play on this near side as we watch on. Is Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0 in the early exchanges of the clash. If you're just tuning into us today, very good to have you with us for this game today to give you the action as Real Madrid look to get past Juventus in this game today. It is Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0. If you're just tuning into us on the commentary, as the ball is now with Rudiger, who can get this ball forward. Back in with Rudiger now as he finds Arda Güler for Aurelien Tchouameni. You can just take a touch now and find Arda Güler for Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's moved across to Liverpool, from Liverpool to Real Madrid. Here's Arda Güler again, who was looked good so far for Real Madrid. He's Hodgson, who's looking impressive as weeks go on, playing for Real Madrid. We knew how good he was playing for Bournemouth, and he's just getting better and better as a shot comes in, which is taking a deflection, in which it was easy for Gregorio in the goal of Juventus. I got Tudor there watching on as he looks to get his side motivated for this game against Xabi Alonso's Real Madrid. As he heads up and down here, and here comes Real Madrid in possession, and it's run from Fede Valverde, who's still going with the ball over on that far side. He's lost down now as Costa tries to clear down. He's out of play for a throw into Juventus over on that far side as he looked to try and bring the skate ball forward down there. Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0. If you're just tuning into us here today, coming up towards 4 minutes on the clock. If you're just tuning into us today, Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0 in the Club World Cup. And here they come again as the ball is played over the top and round the back, and it's cut out there really, really well in the end. It's Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0 in the Club World Cup. As Real Madrid try to tidy up here and come forward. The Juventus have done well to maintain possession and tidy up on the back here as the ball is played over to that far side now, and Kalulu, who can rob the ball back here now, and Locatelli has come short for possession, which has gotten our wide to Kalulu, down the line to Costa as he looks to bring this ball forward. Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0 in the Club World Cup. We're spinning Gania through the action. It is Kelly who can send the ball Back there to Regani, who can keep the ball moving forward. To Locatelli, who will drop in the back line in between Regani and Kalulu at times. And then Kelly will be pushed up. As is Thuram, who just loses out after Real Madrid win the ball back from Bellingham. As a ball played towards Vinny Jr. With too much on that ball towards Vinny Jr. on that far side as Real Madrid tried to attack with numbers. It's Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0. If you're just running into us here on the commentary, Russ Vernon getting you through the action tonight, or this afternoon, or this morning, depending where you are tuned in from. Good to have you tuned in this evening, guys. Really good to have you with us as we bring you Real Madrid against Juventus in the Club World Cup. As we've played just over 6 minutes, is 0-0 the scoreline between Real Madrid and Juventus, as the game must yet to get going in terms of chances for both sides. But we could see a chance now as Trent is inside the penalty on the right side for Real Madrid. He just lost out in the vital moment there, and Juventus will try and come away with possession with Yildiz. And what a run this is, and a wonderful ball through for Kolo Muani. Kolo Muani's in. He has chipped it over the top of the crossbar. And Juventus really just taken the lead there, and it was well taken. Move. He beat the offside trap there. Randall Kolo Muani. And he's, after a brilliant back heel into Yildiz, he blew the offside trap really, really well. And it was Rudiger who played him on, who managed to get back and just put him off at the vital moment. There was a let-off there for Real Madrid, with Yildiz and Kolo Muani linking up really, really well. Bellingham into Arda finds Trent, drops it infield there to Chouameni, who can get the ball out wide to the far side, and Van Gogh was a 1-2 with Vinny Jr. Now Oyerson, who can bring this ball forward, with Roses across the centre circle to Rudiger on this near side, who plays it further out wide to Trent Alexander-Arnold, back in field to Rudiger, into the centre circle, and Chouameni, who gets the plays, and now it's 1-2 with Fede Valverde. I want to Oyerson, who plays the ball into Jude Bellingham. Oyerson again, back to Valverde, onto Rudiger. Daniel Rudiger into the path of Chouameni, and now here comes Fede Valverde, who can bring this ball forward and shoot from distance. Just the wrong side of the post. He tried to go for goal there and catch Di Gregorio out, as he wasn't expecting him to shoot from there, and he found a shot which just went wide in the end, and it was always curling. Now as we see the chance for Kolo Muani again. Wiggle dink over the top. You're thinking that's going to drop down and nestle in the back of the net, with too much on the ball, too much power on the ball when it got played through to him, and that was the problem with that Juventus chance early on. Can Juventus, next opportunity they get, they need to take it, because Real Madrid are ruthless in front of goal. They can be ruthless in front of goal, should I say. Real Madrid have not been that ruthless in any of the other matches thus far in the competition. If you're tuning in and wondering how Manchester City got on in the early hours of the morning, if you've not seen the scoreline, I can tell you that Manchester City got knocked out of the Club World Cup by Al Hilal, who was in 4-3 after extra time earlier on in the early hours of the morning UK time. And it's Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0, if you're just tuning into us here in the Club World Cup, as we watch on, as we can bring you live coverage today. We'll tell you what we've got them later in the week, which will be announced when we know which one we're doing. We'll keep you informed. Live Club World Cup action here on the Commentary Hub this summer. Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0 as we play just over 10 minutes in these. Yildiz charging forward. Yildiz goes for goal and deflects just wide. I think he'll go for the goal. A really good effort in the end from Kenan Yildiz, who saw an effort just go the wrong side of the post. And that was so unlucky. The Real Madrid weren't behind there. They're really, really lucky there, Real Madrid. Because that deflection could have gone anywhere. And Juventus was so close there to opening the scoring. There will be a corner kick, which Yildiz was trying to attack around the back there as the ball came into the penalty area. Juventus can't get the next ball, and Real Madrid can break now with Vinicius Jr. What a ball that is from Vinicius Jr. if you can time it right, as Trent was coming up over on that far side as Real Madrid tried to counter-attack, as Trent Alexander-Arnold on signed from Liverpool this summer, came from the right-hand side of Real Madrid all the way to across to that left-hand side to chase after that ball forward from that corner, because he went across to that far left as we look on from the defender away to our left-hand side. It is Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0. As here comes Cambiasso, back to Yildiz. Yildiz will look up, plays it into Cambiasso, goes back to Locatelli, back to Yildiz once more. Yildiz will roll it into Cambiasso. Locatelli now has possession. Cambiasso, Yildiz, Thuram. From Thuram finds Regani. He's got possession again, Regani this time. And he's just taking a bit of time out here because Pierre Kilulu was going down off of the ball here. The other ball back into Regani and went down. And it's a big blow for Juventus this, if they were to lose their man. He's been impressive at the back. Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0. If you're just tuning into us here now, there's a man warming up over there for Juventus. The number 18 is out warming up on the sideline. Kostic, Philip Kostic is warming up out there, potentially to come on for Pierre Kalulu, as Real Madrid just take a bit of fluids on board as the Juventus and the match official. So it's quite warm out in Miami. I think when I was reading the temperatures, I think he's around about 31 degrees, but it feels like 41 in Miami. I was reading on my way to this game today. We bring you this match this evening. We played 13 and a half minutes. He remains goalless. If you're just tuning into us today, Russ Vernon getting through the action in the Club World Cup. Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0. If you're just tuning into us, as there's a FIFA president sat alongside Florentino Perez. Christopher Carambou sat just behind him, the Frenchman. Sat just behind Florentino Perez there, Christian Carambou. As Juventus are coming forward now with Kolo Moana in towards the penalty area. And that's Oison away from danger. And into the Juventus half of the field as Real Madrid just push up now to try and catch Real Madrid, catch Juventus out at the back there. It remains 0-0 if you're just tuning into us between Real Madrid and Juventus as we watch this game unfold in the Club World Cup. We're spending getting you through the action today. It's in the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. If you can, guys, as it says there, please like and subscribe to this game for Real Madrid against Juventus, plus also any of the other games that we've got coming up here on the trip for the upcoming season. We'll keep you up to date with that as what games we've got coming up as well here on the channel remains Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0. If you're just tuning into us here on the commentary, 15 minutes on the clock as Real Madrid look to win this ball for Odison now. Across there to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Goes by the name of Trent on the back of the shirts. Here now is on the goal against the fortune for Vinicius Jr. Odison now wide to Garcia. Vinicius Jr. again takes on his man. Kalulu bad there defending as the ball is cleared away by Di Gregorio, who can send it downfield. It is 0-0 between Real Madrid and Juventus approaching the 16th minute of the clash. Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0 if you're just tuning into us here today as the bowling towards the penalty area as Real Madrid try to come forward over on that far side as they look to try and cause a few problems for Juventus. Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0 as they look to come forward now. Real Madrid with Odison in possession over the top there, and that's a fantastic run over the far side. The cross comes in towards the penalty area, breaks inside the boxes. Cambiasso will look to bring this ball away for Juventus. Back to Di Gregorio, who can take a touch and send the ball out of this near side, towards this near side, and Thuram back there defending and helping out. Defending there as Bellingham slides in to try and win possession out of the field. He comes off of Trent out for a throw and it remains 0-0 between Real Madrid and Juventus approaching the 17th minute mark of the game. Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0 as the ball is played forward by Di Gregorio to Pierre Kalulu, and he gets the ball into Kolo Muani, out wide to that far side, the right, and Conceição's there. Good defending by Real Madrid, and Van Gogh forcing him all the way back there, Conceição, and now here comes Juventus with Kelly, the former Newcastle man, into Thuram, who sends the ball for Kolo Muani. The Frenchman was in behind, but the good Frenchman up against Frenchman there, Thuram, tight enough for Real Madrid, and now Vinny Jr., the Brazilian, is charging away with possession in towards the penalty area. Breaks back out wide to the far side where Vinicius Jr. continued his run. Vinny Jr. attacks the penalty area, looks to get across and he can't. And he blocks off Costa there and gives away a free kick. Foul on the Juventus right wing back tonight. And he remains no. Don't know why he's arguing there, Vinicius Jr., because that was a stupid decision to make. Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0, and we've played 18.5 minutes of this game. Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0 as the ball is played forward and heads up and away. Thuram is there to win the ball under his control as the ball is played forward. Can Real Madrid get the ball back as Juventus have got possession with Di Gregorio out to find Pierre Kalulu. Locatelli is in possession now for Juventus. Rolls this across there to the far side, and Kelly back into Locatelli, the skipper, or captain, depending on what you want to call them, Garni, to Kalulu. Rugani again, and he looks to try and bring Juventus up the field and towards Locatelli was helping out on the back there, and now Kelly gets the ball for Yildiz. Cambiasso, back it goes to Locatelli, who can spread the play to that far side as Juventus try to come forward against Real Madrid, and Garcia's forcing them back. Van Garcia that was. Now Juventus have it on that far side with Conceição towards Robert Costa. Or right wing back is Costa, and Costa is the one who was being penalised for the foul as Ramsey with the free kick quickly. Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0. If you're just tuning into us here on the commentary, Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0. Played just over 20 minutes over the game. And it remains 0-0 between the two sides this afternoon, or morning, or evening, depending where you are tuning in from. As Bellingham fans, Rudiger. Tchouaméni has the possession and is out to that far side, and Hodgson can win this ball forward here. There out wide is Oligula, who's got possession now. It's from Fede Valverde. Now Tchouaméni for Rudiger. Hodgson again. Vinny Jr. to Fede Valverde. Crossfield pass, picks out Trent Alexander-Arnold and brings it down under his spelling well into Rudiger. Back to Trent. Trent delivers the ball in towards the penalty area, and Garcia was running, trying to go an end of that there. That was Gonzalo Garcia. A decent effort. Some build-up play again from Real Madrid. Just lacking something in the final third as we see Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0. Conceição switches the play well. Is Cambiasso. Can Cambiasso bring this ball forward? Throughout. A bit of movement here. Here comes Locatelli. How wide? It goes there to Costa. Kalulu forward into the path. Now of Conceição can, of Colombo, should still play the ball backwards. Juventus have been forced back here as here comes Kelly with the ball forward. Cambiasso in field to Yildiz, and Yildiz charges forward, gives possession away. Real Madrid will look to come forward. Can they come forward now with Vinicius Jr. in behind him? He's tidying up well. They've Juventus, but there Rugani was helping tidy up along with Kalulu. Gregorio finds Kalulu, looking straight out of the back line and up towards halfway. So to Thuram, who gets the ball for Kolo Muani. Back to Thuram again. And Thuram will look to come forward. He's got Cambiasso outside of him on this near side of the left, and he's found him. Cambiasso charging forward in towards the returning header save there. And it was Conceição with the header. Came in around the back there, so it's Conceição. But the effort was poor in the end. It remains Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0 if you're just tuning in to us right now. Russ Vernon, your man, guiding you through the action in the Club World Cup. Still goalless in the game between the two heavyweights of Europe, a couple of the heavyweights of European football in Real Madrid and Juventus. There's Rudiger. Infield to Gula. Hodgson can come forward. Now back to the far side for Real Madrid, and that is Garcia out there. Back it goes now to Tchouaméni. Rudiger. Trent. Rudiger once more. Hodgson can look up and find Trent once more on this near side. Rudiger now bringing the ball forward. Hodgson can bring this ball forward as well as ball out wide to that far side. And Fran Garcia. Back it goes to Tchouaméni. Aurelien Tchouaméni, the Frenchman, will line up a strike. There's a team one from distance. I think he's just got a deflection on the route. As Real Madrid have won the corner. And maybe a fingertip save from Di Gregorio in the Juventus goal. And I think it was a both. I think it was a deflection plus a save. So it would definitely have to be a corner kick there. As there's Chiellini, the Juventus great. Giorgio Chiellini, an Italian international and a good player in his day. He's retired now. As the corner kick is into the penalty by Real Madrid out to Valverde, out wide to Hodgson. Hodgson delivers the ball towards the back post. There's Conceição by their defending. Two legs of one, trying to get around the other. And Real Madrid have won the ball back and they win the corner. Jude Bellingham, he has. Real Madrid with the corner. And Conceição's gone down here. He's looking for a decision there as he see the header again. A few moments ago from Conceição. He got the header right. He got everything right. Time, did well. He just lacked the conviction. Everything else was spot on with where the shot comes from. There's a penalty area just wide. This time from Vinny Jr. It opened up for him on the edge of the penalty area. After a short corner from Real Madrid, found him in space on the edge of the penalty area. And after 26 minutes, it's Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0, and this heat is really, really warm tonight. Jurgen Klinsmann there, just behind Karen Buss, next to Wesley Sneijder. Sami Khedira sat there next to Arsene Wenger as well. Sami Khedira sat next to Christian Karambu. As now is Yildiz. Ruben Yildiz, how it goes, a low ball in towards the near post is deflected over the top and behind for a corner kick to Juventus, and that's a good bit of play again. It was deflected over the top there, really, really well by Arda about there defending. This can be also come forward down this near side of the left to win this side, which Kenan Yildiz will take in towards the penalty area in and around the goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois, who comes out and claims and bowls it out quickly as Real Madrid look to counter-attack. It's 3-on-2 if we can play this right for the final pass. From that breakout was poor, and there will be a decision here for the referee to make. As we look at this ball in again from Cam Nestor, it's Tchouaméni by there defending well. And there's Kenan Yildiz on your screen there now, and good player. He impressed me in the earlier games I've covered Juventus in the Club World Cup, and I'm looking to try, where possible, try to cover as many as Juventus and Real Madrid games next season, along with the Premier League and Championship, as well as League 1 and League 2 in England as well, in the upcoming 25-26 season. We'll also bring you some FA Cup, Carabao Cup, EFL Trophy action as well, where possible. Here comes Trent Alexander-Arnold, ball in field to Fede Valverde. A bit of movement this from Real Madrid. It's Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0 if you're just tuning into us here this afternoon. Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0 as the ball out wide to Fede Valverde, further wide to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Can he get a ball into the penalty area? Goes back to Rudiger to do so, and he's just cleared away the back post right. Rugani was there defending, and Colin Muani almost nipped in there as well on Arda as Real Madrid trying to come forward. He's found Trent Arda and managed to do well in that position. Jude Bellingham, Arda with the ball over the top, looking for Fede Valverde. Low ball in for Bellingham. Jude Bellingham cleared off the line. Well by Rugani, and also Kalulu bad there defending. And Jude Bellingham almost putting Real Madrid into the lead. And Trent Alexander-Arnold takes it on quickly, but Gregorio helped out by his defence there. Excuse me, as he was beating all ends up. Here is Trent now for Real Madrid. Into Rudiger inside the centre circle, over to the far side, and Fran Garcia down the line. He goes into the path there of Odegaard, who made that run down that far side, and here's Vinny Jr. out there. Vinny Jr. wins this side a free kick. Good play from the Brazilian. Did well under Carlo Ancelotti at Real Madrid. Vinny Jr. looking to do the exact same under Xabi Alonso. You just see the effort again for Jude Bellingham. It was a first time effort. Saved off the leg up to the feet, up to the head, and then cleared away by Daniel Rugani. By there on the line, defenders from Real Madrid's chances. We're now going to have a cooling break, I believe. Yes, the cooling break is taking place right now in the Club World Cup. And cooling break is what's needed right now, as the temperatures are very, very warm out there. While we're having the cooling break, I just want to give a shout out to a good friend of mine, Nicholas Jones. And he works on the channel with us, does Nicholas, and I just want to give him a massive shout out because of the coverage of the England Under-21 matches I brought to you this summer in the Under-21 European Championships, where England won those, beating Germany in the final. Always good to see the young Lions win, and not only did they win, they retained their trophy from in the club in the Under-21 Euros. Jude Bellingham's brother, Joe, was due to be part of that squad before he joined Borussia Dortmund and took part in this competition instead, as well Liam Delap before he joined Chelsea. It was a good game this match so far, as we see a chance, the Bellingham chance again, off the feet of Gregorio, rolled up to his face and then cleared away. We're going bad there, but we have Colin Baker. We're just watching this again, and it's good clearance off the line, and never close to the line, as there's some Real Madrid fans getting behind their team, Madridistas they are called. And now you see there the cooling break is almost ready to end his in, not just yet, they're still having the cooling break. Colomboane Yield is having a chat out there. And it remains Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0 in the Club World Cup, as we get ready for the game to restart after the cooling break is over. Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0, and it will be a chance for Real Madrid with a free kick, which Vinny Jr. and Trent will be standing over, with Vinny Jr.'s left or Trent's right foot to deliver this into the penalty area. The whistle is blown. Vinny Jr. has moved away, so it's the right foot of Trent in towards the penalty area, claimed by Di Gregorio, who tried to get this ball away. And it remains Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0. The ball is, man is down on the floor there, wins this side a free kick for Juventus. As it stands, it remains 0-0, and as we played almost 34 minutes, you've got to say that it's been what I call a cagey affair, as both teams have having possession control with 47% each in each half, and just only about 5% also inside the centre of the park, as the Juventus won them a free kick through Cambiasso, which I take it quickly to Juventus, but the referee was not having none of it, and we're now getting the game back underway with that free kick, which has been taken now, and game's restarted. It is Cambiasso for Juventus, looking to bring this ball forward. Locatelli is there. A bit of movement here for Rugani, who can get this ball forward. Can you, Real Madrid, do well here against Juventus. It's Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0, the latest score in the Club World Cup action. Real Madrid are on the back foot as Cambiaso's down near the corner flag on this near side. Delivers the ball towards the back post. Collected by Conceição as he looks to try and put the ball back into the penalty area. It's being forced backwards as here's Kalulu across to Rugani into Locatelli. Back to Rugani again. Now Kalulu once more. Gets the ball forward down the line for Costa. Real Madrid win the ball back but only giving the ball away. And then they're trying to win the ball back again. Arda in, try and win the ball back. And he's in again. Wonderful interception. This time from Fran Garcia. Bad there, defending well. And a really good effort there from Fran Garcia to win possession back. Here's Trent Alexander-Arnold for Real Madrid into Tchouaméni to Bellingham. Tchouaméni again. Arda. He can win this ball forward into Trent on this near side via Arda once more. Arda will ball forward into Fede Valverde. Down line to Vinicius Jr. who takes the penalty on that far side of the left. Back he goes to Arda. Valverde. Oigerson. Rudiger. Antonio Rudiger. He's recovered from his injury and been in the last match as well as the ball is in towards the penalty area. Breaks towards this near side. Where will the ball bounce? It will bounce for a corner to Real Madrid. Decent effort. And Real Madrid look to try and get their noses in front just before the half-time interval. It is Real Madrid 0. Juventus 0. If you're just tuning into us here this afternoon, Russ Vernon getting through the action as the corner kick is taken short to Trent. And now Arda delivers the ball towards the penalty, coming around the back. And it goes just wide and Tchouaméni not happy with that. And then Oigerson was round the back, tried to steer it back across goal. But after coming across 37.5 minutes, it remains 0-0 between Real Madrid and Juventus in the Club World Cup. If you're just tuning into us here this evening as we bring you this game tonight. Can Real Madrid take the lead before half time? We're going all square in the Club World Cup here in the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. As the ball is whatever on that far side as Real Madrid give away a free kick. And the foul there as Juventus go with the free kick quickly as they look to come forward here. Real Madrid 0. Juventus 0. If you're just tuning into us here on the Commentary Hub, we're spending getting through the action between Real Madrid and Juventus this evening. We're also live on Storm FM and not focus on football anymore. On our personal Twitch channel, shall I say now, was PVN_1992, and it's still Real Madrid 0. Juventus 0 at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. 38 minutes on the clock. Just this 8.5 minutes stop. Real Madrid 0. Juventus 0 as you see this ball coming forward. Round the corner is Arda there and Garcia. When they're already trying to win the ball high over the field and keep the pressure on the Juventus back line. Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0. If you're just tuning into us today as we see the ball on the back with Cambiaso. Crossfield pass is found Kalulu. And then it's Costa. Real Madrid have won the ball back as is Vinicius Jr. And there is Fran Garcia was giving away a free kick for fouling his man. And the referee says free kick to Juventus. Foul on Conceição by Fran Garcia after a little nudge in the back on the Portuguese international. 0-0. It's going towards the final 5 minutes of the first half. It's a Really good game thus far. Just yet to really break the deadlock with any real goal-mouth chances. Neither side, that is. As the ball is bouncing in the middle of the park as Ramsey tried to win the possession in the park with Jude Bellingham. And he's giving away a free kick, or as the referee says, play advantage. It's Cambiasso for Yildiz. Cambiasso once more. Colomwani. Cambiasso. Colomwani is fouled by Rudiger. Play will continue. With Real Madrid having to defend. Concern South delivers the ball into the penalty. Throws for half appeal for an handball inside the penalty area. The referee says no. Odegaard drops the ball back to Hodgson. And he looks to move this ball forward. Now over to Trent from Fede Valverde. Trent into Tchouaméni. Fran Garcia is there. Odegaard there too. The 1-2 between Odegaard and Vinicius Junior. Here comes Odegaard once more. As Real Madrid would come forward. Vinicius Junior to Trent Alexander-Arnold. What can Alexander-Arnold do with possession? Back with Rudiger. Across there to Hodgson. Out wide. He goes from the Hodgson out wide to the far side. Ball will be led into the penalty area. Will it here this time from Juventus? If they can get the ball back and break down that far side. This will Frank for Real Madrid. 0-0 is the scoreline as Rudiger finds Odegaard. Ball in towards Valverde. Gonzalo was up there too. Gonzalo Garcia for Real Madrid. And it remains Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0. Here is the ball of Cambiasso. And he won to us. Cambiasso plays the ball into Tura. Locatelli round the corner from Yildiz is with number 90 in Thuram, and towards the penalty area from Thuram, headed away by Tchouaméni as the ball is back towards Thuram again. Is he offside? No, says the officials. Play will continue. Look like he was offside initially. Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0 as they coming towards the final 2 minutes plus stoppages, which for me there can't be that many. The only real stoppage we've had is the break for the cooling break, plus also I think I remember one where the players went down early on. But apart from that, there's not been a much real deal of stoppages in this game, and both sides are trying to get their noses in front as Juventus look to give the ball away as Juve Bellingham is there and he watches the ball out of play. Jude Bellingham just has a laugh and a joke with Alatruna, the Juventus boss, and it's good to see that. And many people would do that while the game is ongoing, but it's good to see the manager and player of the opposite sides having a bit of bank laugh and a joke out of Tudor and Jude Bellingham. Here they come now with Tchouaméni. How wide is Hodgson for Vinicius Junior? Towards Fran Garcia inside the penalty area. Hodgson loses out to Costa. You can only put the ball out of play for a throw. And Juventus have to make sure everybody's back in position as we come towards the end of the first half. It remains 0-0 between the two sides, but we'll see the breakthrough inside the opening first half. We'll have to wait until half time into the second half together as the ball's in towards the penalty area is cleared away out for a throw-in, and it remains Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0 in the Club World Cup. Here they come again. Real Madrid with a crossfield pass to find Odegaard. Breaks in towards the Penalty area, Gula, low cross in, cleared away. And Ireland playing into 4 additional minutes at the end of this first half. And it remains 0-0 between the two sides. If you're just tuning into us today, here comes Fede Valverde. Wide to Van Garcia to Vinicius Jr. Jude Bellingham. And Fede Valverde! Wonderful effort from Valverde. Stings the palms of Di Gregorio. And what an effort that was. Push to safety. And it remains Real Madrid 0. Juventus 0. Long range effort there. And the ball is just gone wide of the target. One end of save from Di Gregorio there. As Real Madrid looked to take the lead just before half time. We've got Trent and Fran Garcia standing over this set piece. Will be Trent Alexander-Arnold to take. And from Hodgson inside the penalty area. Vinny Jr. is in there challenging. So too was the number 19 there as well. Number 19, number 14 there, Chouameni. Well, that was a fantastic save from the goalkeeper, Di Gregorio. The effort from the edge of the penalty area, which forced the corner to come in, which was defended really, really well. And Fede Valverde, along with Jude Bellingham with 2 shots. Chouameni with 1, 6 attempts on a goal in this game from Real Madrid inside the first half, which is some going. Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0. If you're just tuning into us here on the commentary, we're spending with the game for you today. Ball played forward, and it's picked up here well by Di Gregorio and Juventus as we almost played the end of the first half. Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0. There's Kylian Mbappe on the bench side behind Luka Modric. Will we see him in this game? It is. Rudiger went down after the ball played forward from Juventus. As we were just taking a drink of our water that we've got in our commentary booth. This is Fran Garcia. Look to keep the ball moving. Hodgson with possession for Bellingham. Now Trent for Valverde. Bellingham again. Round the corner from Vinny Jr. to Trent. Breaks inside the penalty area. Noni Whiteshirt can connect to it. He had to play for a throw over on that far side. It's Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0 if you're just tuning into us here on the commentary hub. Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0 if you're just tuning into us. That's 30 seconds of stoppage time to go then. Will we see the breakthrough that we won before half time? Just to really open this game up a little bit. More than what it already is open. Hodgson or the goaler. As Real Madrid will look to provide the ammunition to open the scoring. Here is Trent Alexander-Arnold into Antonio Rudiger. The crowd shout shooter Rudiger there as Trent delivers the ball in towards the penalty area. Ended up in the way. Eduardo was gone. Fede Valverde helps turn. Di Gregorio is there. And that is the end of the first half in the game between Real Madrid and Juventus at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And I can tell you that at the half-time whistle, it is Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0. Plenty of chances in that first half. But at the break, we remain goalless. Will we see the opening goal of the game in the second half? Join us shortly to find out in the other Club World Cup is Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0 at the break. Welcome back to the Club World Cup coverage here on the Commentary Hub, also live on Storm FM and my very own personal Twitch channel this evening, Russ Vernon _92, to give you the Club World Cup coverage between Real Madrid and Juventus this evening. We'll keep you up to date with everything that is happening in the Club World Cup and what we've got to do in the next round at the end of our coverage this evening. I would just like to remind you that if it remains 0-0 at the end of 90 minutes, we will have an extra period, an extra 30 minutes of extra time, 50 minutes each way. We're still level after that, but we'll then go to penalty kicks to decide who will go through to the next stage. Real Madrid are just making their way out of the tunnel right now. Away to my left-hand side as we watch here. Real Madrid, Juventus are out there as well. Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0. If you're just tuning into us right now, the Club World Cup, as we get ready for the second half of the clash. Will we see any results in the 90 minutes that we've got today, or will the game go to extra time and potentially penalties? The players are back out onto the field as we get ready for kick-off for the start of the second half. It's Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0, and in the next couple of minutes or two, the second half will be underway, which will be taken by Juventus attack will go away to my right-hand side in the second half. Real Madrid all in their white, Real Madrid, Juventus in their dark blue. And we will get this game off and underway in the second half. We've had no changes to either side at the end of the first period during the half-time interval. The teams are at the bottom of your screen as Juventus start on the front footing towards the penalty area from Costa there. A good bit of on the right hand side is Vinicius Junior to bring the ball away over on that far side, but Juventus win the ball back with Cambiasso. He's been forced back to Di Gregorio, played long downfield up towards halfway, and here's Jude Bellingham almost to bring the ball away. Arda now in possession for Real Madrid inside the centre circle. Vinicius Junior and Jimenez. This is Real Madrid team. It's Courtois in goal. Hodgson, Jimenez and Rudiger across the back. Garcia, Gula, Valverde and Trent in midfield with Vinicius Junior, Gonzalo, and also up front is Jude Bellingham. At the start of the second half, Real Madrid have a chance there. Fede Valverde with the effort just went wide of the post there. Fede Valverde moving into the attacking options. Now I believe he's won a corner for Real Madrid as well. Hodgson up there from the back, Garcia too, along with no, it didn't go out for a corner. There's a goal in there as we saw them all on the inside the penalty for a moment, but then the referee changed his mind after that. As Jude Bellingham goes down, no free kick. As the ball was won cleanly there, as he remains here's the Juventus team. Di Gregorio in goal. Kelly Rigoni and Kalulu at the back. Cambiasso, Thuram, Locatelli, Alberto Costa, Yildiz, Ola Moane, and Conceição in the attacking options. Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0. Here, this evening as the ball is played over the top. Rudiger and Courtois go through the ball, and Courtois injured his teammate there as is Thuram. Rudiger back to his feet now. Now to do some defending. Thuram in towards the penalty area, takes a deflection. Thibaut Courtois went for the ball, and Thibaut Courtois in the bottom of the foot of Antonio Rudiger and injured the former Chelsea man in the process. It remains Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0 as Cambiasso delivers the ball into the penalty area, but Hodgson in there, back up and defending well from that set piece cross from Cambiasso as Real Madrid push out in numbers. Here is Locatelli to get the ball forward. Thuram with ball in behind. And the transfer for Juventus, just behind Colomboani. Can he get there to keep the move alive? He can. And he does keep the move alive, Colomboani. But the offside flag is raised against the Frenchman then. I'm just looking at this again. He's onside there, it looks like to me. And I think Colomboani just went the fraction early rather than Kelly there. And he left the box. So ball didn't go up until after he touched the ball there, Colomboani. So I believe Colomboani was the man in the offside position. Here is Vinicius Junior as he attacks down this left-hand side and towards the penalty area he goes. Vinicius Junior, low ball across. Comes out to Trent Alexander-Arnold, who hits it over the top of the crossbar. And I believe he's still rising. Here's Real Madrid players do warm-ups, including Luka Modric and Kylian Mbappe. I wonder how long it'll be before we see those two coming up. Here's Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0 in the Club World Cup. We're spending you through the action as we play just over 4 minutes in the second half. Real Madrid 0-0 with Juventus as we get ready for this second half to get moving. As Di Gregorio will take the goal kick long downfield for Juventus up towards Colomboani, who's been held by Rudiger, who's got the better of Rudiger, but Hodgson's there covering well and puts it behind for a corner kick to Juventus. 0-0 is the scoreline. If you're just tuning into us here on the Commenttary Hub, Russ Vernon getting you through the action this afternoon or this morning, depending where you are listening from. Is afternoon out in Miami. Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0 as we watch this game unfold as the ball's in towards the penalty area. Heads up and away. And then back in towards the penalty area. Will be cleared away this time towards Vinicius Junior. And Vinicius Junior is away. And Real Madrid are away down this near side of the left. Vinicius Junior inside the penalty area. Vinicius Junior's effort is blocked. Brilliant defensive work. And then Fran Garcia was pushed over there by Conceição, and Real Madrid have a free kick. On this near side of the left, down just a bit further down from in front of me. Locatelli did well initially to block Vinicius Junior's effort. And it remains Real Madrid 0, Juventus 0. Arda Güler will look to take this set piece rather than Trent Alexander-Arnold this time around. Arda Güler to deliver set piece into the penalty, edges up and away. Only as far as Fede Valverde for Jude Bellingham. Bellingham looks to cut inside, have a shot. We'll have a strike now. Jude Bellingham, shot is saved. And Juventus try and bring the ball away. Fede Valverde by there winning the ball back for Real Madrid. Thibaut Courtois with Real Madrid will come forward again. Arda Güler. Fede Valverde treks down into the path of him by Jude Bellingham. Excuse me, there was... We had a sneeze there on air. Here's Germany to Garcia. Here is the path of Vinicius Junior. In towards the penalty area it goes. Hodgson! Decent effort and a good save again from Di Gregorio, who palms the ball away. And that's a really good effort there from Real Madrid, who look to cause problems here now. Still 0-0 between the two sides. If you're just tuning into us here on the commentary this afternoon, or this morning, or this evening, depending what time zone you are in. Corner on the far side is whipped in towards the penalty area. Heads up and away by the number 24 there. Rugani is Vinny Jr. to Fran Garcia. Back to Vinicius Jr. once more. Delivers the ball into the penalty area, Vinny Jr. Headed away on as far as Trent Alexander-Arnold. Ball back into a penalty area, and it's into the back of the net, and Real Madrid have taken the lead. Real Madrid have taken the lead, and it's been coming at the start of this second half. And it's Gonzalo Garcia who has opened the scoring. The next for Real Madrid, Gonzalo Garcia has given the Los Blancos the lead against Juventus in 9 minutes into the second half. It's Real Madrid 1, Juventus 0. What a game, what a goal. And Gonzalo Garcia has given Real Madrid the lead at the start of the second half. But what a game this has been. It's Real Madrid who lead by goal to nil, and it's Gonzalo Garcia with the goal, and a well taken header as well, and you can see what that means to Jerry Alonso and the Real Madrid coaching staff and the bench, and also the fans. And in the other end, Igor Tudor is just scratching his head, thinking to himself, what can I do now? What can I do now? As Real Madrid lead by a goal to nil against Juventus. It's Real Madrid 1, Juventus 0. And there is the latest score in the round of 16 of the Club World Cup. Real Madrid 1, Juventus 0, and Gonzalo Garcia on 54 minutes. The difference between the two sides is the latest score of the Club World Cup this afternoon, or this morning, depending where you are tuned into us from right now. And what a goal it was to give us the breakthrough in the game, as Real Madrid will look to come forward again. Is Gonzalo Garcia to Vinicius Jr. It was a penalty. Fede Valverde's in there, and he just can't sit up for Fede Valverde to have a striker goal. But what an effort there from Gonzalo Garcia as Real Madrid take the lead. And there's a man down. Lloyd Kelly is down. He needs a bit of trimming here, Lloyd Kelly of Juventus. But Real Madrid are leading. Conceição's effort was set by Thibaut Courtois a few moments ago. There was a fantastic effort from Conceição, who was trying to get Juventus back on level terms really quick at the start of the second half. Well, this is the movement again from Jude Bellingham's effort a few moments ago, which was parried well. And Hodgson strike from distance, tip behind. And there is the header from Gonzalo Garcia, which give Real Madrid the lead. Di Gregorio no chance of stopping it, and Gonzalo Garcia has opened Real Madrid's account in the round of 16 game against Juventus. Real Madrid 1, Juventus 0 is the latest score, as the ball is played forward by Di Gregorio, chested down by Hodgson into Jude Bellingham. Back to Aurelien Tchouameni, and now Fran Garcia. Back it goes to Thibaut Courtois in the all-green goalkeeper shirt, as Real Madrid look to try and extend their lead now, as is Trent Alexander-Arnold looking to come forward. Tchouameni to Aragula. Jude Bellingham. Now wide to Fran Garcia. The ball in field as Real Madrid look to come forward. Real Madrid 1, Juventus 0. Ardagula into Oliston, back to Ardagula again via Jude Bellingham. Now Rudiger. Aurelian Chouameni out wide to Alexander Arnold. Chouameni again. Ardagula, ball through to Jude Bellingham. It breaks towards the far side. Good piece of play from Valverde. Vinicius Junior sends the ball into the penalty area. Juventus tried to clear an halfway, but the winner free kick on the edge of the own penalty area, fouled by Antonio Rudiger. And now Gonzalez is coming on to replace Kelly, and Kelly was one who went down a few months ago, can't continue, and he has to come off here. Also coming off is Conceição, and he is replaced by Kostic in the second change of the game this afternoon for Juventus. So there's the double change. And maybe a triple change actually. No, just a double change for Juventus. So Conceição and Kelly off. Kostic and Gonzalez on. There, as we see Real Madrid, who lead by a goal to nil thanks to Gonzalo Garcia, lead Juventus in the Club World Cup. And Juventus, they didn't really play that well against Manchester City in their final group game. Here's Vinicius Junior into the penalty for Real Madrid. So we're going Vinicius Junior. Goes the penalty, shot from Valverde, tipped behind for a corner. Brilliant effort there, and his tip behind in the end, and you've got to say, fantastic efforts there from Fede Valverde, who's got his effort on target, and Fede Valverde's shot was saved well by Di Gregorio. Then there's Valverde and Kroos. Well, Kroos had done a break, but now it's been given to Fede Valverde, as Trent Alexander-Arnold will get ready to deliver the corner from the near side. Can Real Madrid extend their lead here? The referee's just told Trent to wait a moment. Simon Malinchek of Poland telling Trent Alexander-Arnold just to wait a little bit, as the corner kick will be taken by Trent in towards the penalty area. Gregorio can clear the ball away. And this was Fede Valverde to Ardagula, back to Fede Valverde again. Well driven crosses cleared away as Jude Bellingham tried to race and go on the end of it. As here come Real Madrid now with Trent Alexander-Arnold, who will play the ball into the centre circle of Ardagula, and he will roll the ball forward. It's back to Chouameni, to Trent, back to Chouameni again. Now Rudiger. Hodgson, as he will look to win this ball forward. Back into Rudiger inside the centre circle towards the far right hand side, and Trent Alexander-Arnold, where the ball is cut out and out of play went as well. Here at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. It is Real Madrid 1. Juventus 0 is the latest score. Gonzalo Garcia with the goal on 54 minutes, separating the two sides. Set up by Trent from the corner, and headed on by Gonzalo Garcia. And it remains Real Madrid 1, Juventus 0, as they will look to come forward. And this is a good bit of play for Juventus knocking down the line. Alberto Costa can't keep the ball further out of the line and couldn't keep it in play for Juventus. It's Real Madrid 1. Juventus 0 as Juventus are coming forward with possession and he's round the corner. And he's out of play for a throw-in. Van Garcia will turn the corners. There's a shot of Kylian Mbappe held up by a Real Madrid fan. There's a Real Madrid man down on the floor here. It is Gonzalo Garcia. Garner is the man who was just to have fouled him. And oh yes, he did. He fouled him. Grabbed hold of his shirt and grabbed hold of him around the neck and dragged him down to the ground there. And it remains Real Madrid 1, Juventus 0. For the Club World Cup. Out here in Miami. Real Madrid leading by a goal to 0 as we have played 19 minutes of the second half. Real Madrid leading by a goal to 0. Here's Fran Garcia in towards the penalty area. Cleared away by Juventus, not once but twice. Will be cleared a third time from the side of the penalty area. As well by Juventus, and they're working up towards halfway. But here is Vinicius Junior to win the ball back, and he's just been told to calm it down here by his manager, Xabi Alonso, and he's got possession back this time as here comes Vinicius Junior for Real Madrid. He holds up the place, a walking pace for Fran Garcia. Ardagula switching the play well. Ardagula there, out wide to the far side, and Trent Alexander-Arnold. It remains Real Madrid 1, Juventus 0 in the Club World Cup. And Real Madrid with possession over on the far side. As here they come again with a ball to the far side, and they whip the ball into the penalty area. They can, but it's cut out, and they'll go behind for a corner. A bit of players, Kylian Mbappe. He's stripped in, ready to come on. As Real Madrid look to try and pull this game to bed. Will it be Gonzalo Garcia, the man coming off, who's got the goal today, potentially, I would say. They'll probably do it after this corner kick. Or they'll go out there. They're doing the change. There's finding the stand behind the goal away to my left hand side with the Mbappe shirt on his back. Not the exactly the same one. Odegaard gets a second back to the charity to the cross into the penalty area. To which on that is deflected behind for yet another Real Madrid corner. Odegaard across there to take it again. Trent goes short and gets it. But Odegaard looks to change the angle. And it comes in, heads up and away. And it keeps the ball alive for Real Madrid. This is Junior edge of the penalty area for Jude Bellingham, whose shot is blocked. Shot from the edge of the penalty area, blocked again. It was Odegaard who shot the second time around. And Turan will look to come away with possession for Juventus. A good pressure that's from Real Madrid, keeping Juventus pending the back there as they try and make their way out. And Kylian Mbappe just keeps the ball in play. And here comes Kylian Mbappe. And he's replacing the goal scorer, Gonzalo Garcia. We're well to get Gonzalo Garcia, but you've got to say when Mbappe is fit and available, we're probably going to be starting a lot more than Gonzalo Garcia. And this has reflected it with him coming off for the Frenchman. But Gonzalo Garcia can be pleased with his performance today. He's got the goal, which is for Real Madrid into the lead as well, headed from a Trent Alexander-Arnold cross into the back of his net, into the back of the net to give Real Madrid a lead. But now it's a turn for Kylian Mbappe to lead the line for Real Madrid. Can he inspire Real Madrid to a goal and a comeback? with 23 minutes of the second half played. Real Madrid 1, Juventus 0 is the scoreline as the ball is played for the header is up and away as Real Madrid will come forward with Odagula towards Vinicius Jr. Kylian Mbappe plays a neat 1-2 with Vinicius Jr. And again, this time from Vinicius Jr. It goes back to Oyston. In Oyston for the defender from Bournemouth. Now it's Mbappe out wide to Vinicius Jr. into the penalty area. Mbappe is there, cleared away. Only as far as Fran Garcia, headed down by Real Madrid to Fede Valverde, whose shot is saved by Di Gregorio inside the Juventus goal as he gets the game off and underway quickly as he looks to bring the ball away. Here comes Kostic down that far side. Thuram is there. We're going to play this from Juventus as they look to try and keep possession moving. And you've got to say that Real Madrid have played some good football at times. Juventus really yet to get going as Kostic drops the ball back here. Here's Yildiz Thuram. Real Madrid just keeping their shape well. Yildiz again. And he looks to Michael Muane. The shot comes from distance from Gonzalez, just wide. Decent effort from distance there, Gonzalez. Feeded by Michael Muane. And the effort was not far wide in the end. He drilled it in hard and low. And he just swerved at the last minute to go wide. So look at there, Gonzalez. As Yildiz is replaced now for Juventus. And Koopmeiners, who got the goals against Manchester City the other night, has come on to replace him, and he got a goal when there was a mistake by the Man City goalkeeper. Looks to profit from another mistake here as Roberto Carlos is sat in the crowd. The excellent left back. One of the greatest left backs of all time in my personal opinion. Some may disagree. But it remains Real Madrid 1, Juventus 0. If you're just tuning into us here on the Commentary Hub this afternoon. Very, very shortly, I'll be giving you my player of the match as I've always played through. To Koeman is inside the penalty area, first moment for him. Ball whipped in from Kostic, headed away at the near post there as Real Madrid tried to come away with possession. Thuram is there, but now Bellingham can come away for Real Madrid. Instead Vinicius Jr. away, he's kept the ball in. Vinicius Jr. Can Mbappe go with the support of him? He can. Kylian Mbappe. It's the penalty. Mbappe. Ball cross. Shot. Oh, the goal! Saved by Di Gregorio. Comes out to Vinny Jr. again. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham looking for support. He's finding Tchouaméni. Now Garcia. Kylian Mbappe. Vinicius Jr. back to Kylian Mbappe once more. Take it on. Second time around and the man down. Pushed over there was Odagula. And Juventus win themselves a free kick as we just see this really move again. Onside is Kylian Mbappe. His ball back. Valverde teed up Odagula's shot was saved well and pushed to safety when Real Madrid are knocking on the door for a potential second. Juve, since going behind, have not really done much to test anything in this game. Real Madrid 1, Juventus 0. If you're just tuning into us here on the commentary, Russ Vernon guiding you through the match action today. Real Madrid leading by a goal to 0 as they look to cause a few problems. Real Madrid still leading, and there were potential chances of thunder and lightning near the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami tonight, but on this afternoon was not just yet. We're scheduled at the kick-off time for the first half, and he's not seen any yet. And let's hope I've not jinxed it. And this game finishes on time as here comes Vinicius Junior inside the edge of the penalty area on the left-hand side. Garcia. Back it goes to Valverde. Crossfield pass for Bellingham. Trent. Bellingham again. Odegaard. Valverde. Vinny Jr. Valverde again. Leaves 1-2 with Odegaard. Mbappe gives the ball to Tura. And possession away to Juventus as they will look to try and come forward now. It's Real Madrid 1. Juventus 0 if you're just tuning into us here on the commentary of Russ Vernon. Guiding you through the action if you're just tuning into us today. Real Madrid leading by a goal to thanks to Gonzalo Garcia on 54 minutes, as you can see on your screens. And it remains 1-0 the scoreline after 74 minutes. Today, Real Madrid look to Juventus out here. It's Real Madrid 1, Juventus 0 as the ball is out of play for a throw to Real Madrid. Roberto Costa helped to his feet by Fran Garcia. And Juventus are making a change. Weston McKennie will be the man coming on in a moment or two. There's a cooling break right now. The second cooling break of the game. And the cooling break in the second half, which is coming to probably a good moment in the game, I'd have to say, because it is getting a bit warm down here. And the cooling break is happening right now. And it remains 1-0 to Real Madrid. Well, we're in this cooling break. As the effort again saved by the other goal, was effort saved by the feet there of Di Gregorio. And Real Madrid lead by a goal to 0. If you're just tuning into us right now, we're on the commentary. We're having a cooling break as we speak right now. So just to remind you, that is the latest score in the Club World Cup. Real Madrid leading by a goal to 0 thanks to Gonzalo Garcia's strike on 54 minutes. As Gatti and McKennie getting ready to come on here for Juventus after this cooling break. They're just having a drink as well before they come on. Luka Modric is going to come on for Real Madrid as well after this cooling break too. So changes to both sides. The first change is for Real Madrid, which sees Odegaard be replaced by Luka Modric as we get ready to end our cooling break in the Club World Cup. It's Real Madrid 1, Juventus 0 as Fede Valverde passes the captain's armband over to Luka Modric, who is now on the field of play. And it remains Real Madrid 1, Juventus 0. If you're just tuning into us here on the Commentary Hub, we're also live on Storm FM and my very own personal Twitch channel this evening. Good to have you with us for this game today. Gonzalo Garcia's goal is the difference between the two sides. as we watch on this afternoon. And the Hard Rock's in Miami. It's Locatelli brings this ball forward. Here is the number 11 there for Juventus, Gonzalez. As well here, Gonzalez. Will he line up the strike here? No, he won't. He goes to the far side and they're just keeping possession. Here are Juventus. As it remains Real Madrid 1, Juventus 0. If you're just tuning into us here on the Commentary Hub, we're spending you through the action as the header is away from danger. Costa does well to charge up and keep the ball coming forward. Real Madrid leading by a goal to 0 against Juventus in the Club World Cup. The Luka Modric sub has been made, but the Weston McKennie sub has yet to be made by Juventus. It looks like it's going to be Weston McKennie and Gatti who is going to come on. They've not come on as of yet as the ball's in towards the penalty area. Koeman is trying to keep the ball alive and chance for Juventus on the edge of the penalty area with Thuram. How wide to this near side, and the number 27 into the penalty area goes. And that was a brilliant piece of play there by Cambiasso from Juventus a few moments ago, and the other end of the pitch. And looks like Weston McKennie and Gatti have sat back down and they're not coming on as of yet. Well, they were going to come on. Gatti and McKennie. But now it's Vinicius Junior inside the penalty area. Goes Vinicius Junior one way, and then pulls the ball back towards Kylian Mbappe, and Thuram's there to defend well. Got back at the nick of time. Defend really, really well there. And Real Madrid just trying to hunt for that second goal, which probably would give them a bit of breathing space as we're into the final 10 minutes of the game. But it remains Real Madrid 1, Juventus 0. And you've got to say this has been a good performance from Real Madrid this far. Good defensive work and looking good going forward. Just lacking the clinical edge up front in the final third, but the attacking play and the build-up play to the final third has been absolutely brilliant. As Real Madrid find Kylian Mbappe in space. Out to Vinicius Junior. Back to Garcia. Bellingham. Good bit of play from Bellingham. Valverde now into the path of Tchouaméni. Rudiger. Oysen. And now here is Rudiger into Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni across there to Bellingham. Bellingham looking up to Gonzalo for Fran Garcia. Vinny Junior to Garcia. And now Dean Arson, he was playing well at the back here. And now here they come again. Kylian Mbappe, out wide to Vinicius Junior. Bellingham is inside the penalty area. So too is Rudiger. Bellingham is there, cleared away. And now Real Madrid coming forward again. Fran Garcia, Tchouaméni up from the back as well. Here is Tchouaméni. He'll line up a strike, a goal, and tip wide. Fantastic effort from Tchouaméni, and tip wide by Di Gregorio, who has kept his side in this game. Absolutely brilliant. Kept his side in the game. And they've done really, really well. It remains Real Madrid 1. Juventus 0. Luka Modric to take this corner kick for Real Madrid. Can Real Madrid find the second goal? Modric's corner is cleared away. Mbappe lets it go out of play for a throw-in. Just going to give you my play of the match very, very shortly. For this game between Real Madrid and Juventus, will it be for the Real Madrid player with them winning, or despite them losing, as it stands right now as I'm speaking, on 83 minutes, will he go to a Juventus player in a game where they could be heading out of the Club World Cup? Trent Alexander-Arnold brings it down well. Here they coming again for Luka Modric. How wide is Fran Garcia? Down the line, into the path there of Vinicius Jr. Into Luka Modric. Good bit of movement here into Rudiger. Truman into Arjesen. Nelson. Forward into Fran Garcia. How wide is Vinicius Jr. Clean Mbappe. Fran Garcia. Into the penalty area, it goes and behind for a goal kick to Juventus. Real Madrid with 3 subs left, Juventus with 2, and it will be a corner kick to Real Madrid. Trent Alexander-Arnold was out there to take it as the cross came in, just took the slightest of touches off of the Juventus defender there as we watching here. There's a substitution here for Real Madrid, which will see Juventus will see Locatelli come off for McKennie, and Rugani, number 24, Rugani, not Agani, Rugani, number 24, he's coming off as well for Gatti. And it remains Real Madrid 1, Juventus 0. 5 minutes plus stoppages to go, or less than that now. Corner into the penalty area, just headed away. Only as far as Vinicius Jr. Fede Valverde. Vinicius Jr. again. Mbappe. Edge of the penalty area. Fran Garcia. Luka Modric. Back to Fran Garcia. And now here comes Tchouameni to Fede Valverde. There's Bellingham to Tchouameni. A bit of work here from Luka Modric. Hodgson is there with possession, but there's a yellow card coming out here. Looks good for Jude Bellingham, I believe. Yellow card for Jude Bellingham. And yes, it is Jude Bellingham. For that challenge there. Definite foul. Garcia's goal, 9 minutes into the second half, is the difference between the two sides as Real Madrid lead by a goal to 0, and was coming forward to a chance to add a second into the penalty area. Saved by Di Gregorio. And now Juventus can try and break out here. Cambiasso knocks the ball in field. Weston McKennie just keeps the ball ticking over. Here is Gatti. Can he bring the ball forward? He can. Good bit of play this here for Real Madrid against Juventus. Real Madrid 1, Juventus 0, and very, very soon I'll be giving you my player of the match for this evening's game between Real Madrid and Juventus. But who will it be? Who will come out on top in the player of the match votes? He's down to 2 players. But who will it be? As Real Madrid lead by a goal to 0 in the Club World Cup round of 16 clash against Juventus. as Real Madrid look to attack here down the far side. Chance for rolling towards a penalty from Valverde. Corner kick will be taken for Real Madrid now. Can they get another goal as they're looking likely to make another change here? Real Madrid. Rudiger is getting ready as he's going to come in as the referee's gone running across to the far side. I tell Real Madrid and Trent Alexander-Arnold to hurry up. 11 corners to 4 in favour of Real Madrid. Luka Modric to Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's across his paw and behind. As Denis Ceballos will come on for Federico Valverde for Real Madrid. And I can tell you that our player of the match was a toss-up between the men I've given it to and Real Madrid's right back Trent. Today it's been given to the goal scorer, Gonzalo Garcia, who is being given our player of the match today. Congratulations to Garcia as he gets our player of the match this afternoon in the game between Real Madrid and Juventus, as we have entered an additional 5 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this game. Will Real Madrid be pegged back and be sent to extra time, or will we head into this game finishing after 90 minutes? There'll be a chance here for Real Madrid to come forward with Trent towards the penalty area, cleared away, and then Mbappe is there, wins the ball back, and he's done well there, killing him. Mbappe almost left it, but then saw that he was alive for him to go and attack. But it remains Real Madrid 1, Juventus 0, coming up towards a minute of 5 added on. Will we see a late goal here for Real Madrid to seal it, or will Juventus peg Real Madrid back? Gonzalo Garcia, as you can see on your bottom of your screen, there's on your screen on the team lineups. Number 30, Gonzalo Garcia. In back is POTM. He's our player of the match choice today. Congratulations to Gonzalo Garcia. And Gonzalo Garcia is looking likely to be the match winner right now. He scored the goal on 54 minutes to give Real Madrid this 1-goal lead, which they've held since then, and could have had more, and for some good goalkeeping and brilliant defensive work to keep them out. Can Juventus find themselves a breakthrough late on here? As Cambiasso picks up possession on this near side. Good ball for Costa. McKennie's there. Thuram into the penalty towards Costa. McKennie chests it down, cleared away by Kolo Muani to Koeman as he looks to keep the ball home from football. The offside flag is up there against Kolo Muani, and he is definitely offside there. Fran Garcia, good all over the line along with Rudiger and Oysen. He was done really, really well today for Real Madrid, who's look good at the back here. As we watch this game unfold today down in front of us. Real Madrid lead by a goal to nil as Vinny Jr.'s in behind. Can he get there, Vinny Jr.? But good defending work by Juventus to read that situation and allow Di Gregorio the time to come out and claim possession. They've sent the ball out wide to Kostic. In field to two of us. Real Madrid are just less than 90 seconds away from going through. Here's Trent to win the ball back as the ball went out of play for a throwing out over on that far side to Real Madrid. They're leading Juventus by a goal to nil at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Closing stages of the game. The goal from Gonzalo Garcia is the difference as we speak right now. Can Real Madrid get over the line? They're less than 60 seconds away, 50 seconds away from doing so. It's Real Madrid 1, Juventus 0. Bellingham can't keep the ball down in the far, down the line there as Juventus are coming forward. Gonzalez, how about to Colomboani inside the penalty? Colomboani goes down. The referee says no penalty. Juventus wanted a penalty there. Referee right there says no. Gatti has won the header up against Kylian Mbappe. Gatti is coming forward now from Juventus. One last push for the old lady. Or will Los Blancos march on into the penalty area? Courtois has claimed it. Brilliant piece of play. Colin Moani there. He went down far too easily against Antonio Rudiger. The ball is getting long. But there it is. It's over. There is no more. And Real Madrid have done it. They have knocked out the old lady of Juventus at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And Real Madrid have gone and done it. They've knocked out the old lady in the Club World Cup. And full-time scoreline is read Real Madrid 1, Juventus 0. After a goal from youngster Gonzalo Garcia, just 21 years of age. Here's the difference as he scored the goal to knock out Juventus in the Club World Cup. So, what does that mean for the Club World Cup now in terms of who is playing who in the quarterfinals of the Club World Cup? So, I can tell you what that means right now for the quarterfinals. We've got Fluminense against Al Hilal, Palmeiras against Chelsea, PSG against Bayern Munich, and we've got Real Madrid taking on Borussia Dortmund or Monterrey. They kick you off at 2 a.m. UK time, and that is taking place at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. Can Borussia Dortmund and Juve Bellingham copy his brother Jude and Real Madrid with a victory into the next round of the competition, or will they be exiting the competition at the round of 16? Well, Real Madrid have marched on. They'll take on Dortmund or Monterrey, so they'll be watching in the early hours of the morning. That's on Saturday at 5 p.m. UK time in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The other quarterfinals so far is Fluminense v Al Hilal on Friday night, Palmeiras against Chelsea on Saturday, and also on Saturday, Paris Saint-Germain against Bayern Munich, and then Real Madrid against either Borussia Dortmund or Monterrey for a place in the Club World Cup semi-finals. So Real Madrid are qualified for the quarterfinals of the Club World Cup. They will be marching on. And I can tell you, It's Juventus who leave us at the Club World Cup round of 16 stage. Full-time scoreline in the Club World Cup clash. Real Madrid 1. Juventus 0. Thank you very much for joining. And we'll see you again soon here on the Commentary Hub. Goodbye for now.